Hey guys, Caller here, and welcome to the round of 16 of the Arena MSL 2008. And in the first day of games here, we have four pairs of players facing each other. The first pair we have here is none other than Red Nada versus Hwasin. Nada, of course, one of my favorite Terran players, my second favorite Terran player after Boxer. We have Nada spawning in blue at the 9 o'clock, and we have Hwasin spawning in red at the 6 o'clock in the new map, Athena. I am so psyched about the Arena MSL 2008. It's not even funny. The round 16 is going to be very exciting, I think. We have players like Lucifer and Jadon coming up next. We just got a good group of players, Firebat heroes in the round of 16. Should be interesting to watch. And I have to say, on this early first game here, I don't know who to favor. I would say Nada's been on a bit of a winning streak right now, and statistically he's a little better than Hwasin. Hwasin's not doing too great recently. I'd have to say that Nada's probably more of a creative player, although I mean, recently, Nada has been doing very well, but in the medium term, I mean, Hwasin has been doing better. But regardless, I think Nada's coming back for a resurgence. That's my feeling right now, my hope, certainly, that Nada is coming back, and he is going to be back on the attack here. Nada, overall, lifetime statistics, let's just do the numbers a little bit, 58% against Terran, Hwasin 51% against Terran. And the new map, Athena, here, for the MSL, is a 3-player map. It reminds me a little bit of Longinus. There are 3 expansions on top of small plateaus in the center of the map, and this could prove to be quite interesting in a Terran versus Terran map because these plateaus could be occupied by tanks and would have a lot of map control. Would bring a lot of map control at the center of the map. Of course, those expansions will be relatively difficult to take, and there are expansions around the map. And looks like from the start here, we're seeing Nada doing a forward barracks here. This is actually really interesting. It's quite close to what happened in C versus Flash, which I commentated on yesterday in the OSL round of 16, where C went for a sort of a proxy forward barracks. I won't tell you how that went against Flash, but Nada is now trying to do this against Hwasin. And like I said, this is for that game. This is not an all-in barracks rush. Rather, what Nada is trying to do is just put a little bit of pressure on Hwasin early on with Marines, and then perhaps transition to fast vultures. And looks like Hwasin might play into Nada's hands here. Hwasin's gone for a 14 command center here, going for a super fast expansion, and that is a little bit risky, especially against Nada's rush here. Of course, Nada going for his gas already, so he will have a fairly early factory, and he could sneak some vultures into Hwasin's base. Hwasin only now getting his barracks, and he's going to be in trouble against Nada. And the reason why I don't say this is not an all-in rush is because he did go for a supply depot before barracks. He didn't go for something like an 8 racks, which would be close to all-in here. But he is going for what seems to be perhaps a more common strategy nowadays among Terran versus Terran games, going for the early aggression rather than going for more of a standard fast expand after getting a factory. Looks like Nada's going to be scouting in the wrong direction, but his Marine will be heading towards the right direction here, and he might be able to if he can pick off that SCV bone in the barracks, that'll be absolutely huge for Nada, and it could set Hwasin back a lot. And Nada's factory is already half complete, and this is the danger of going for your 14 command center without knowing what your opponent's going to do. And looks like the SCV building the barracks might get sniped here. Looks like it will get sniped by Nada, so that's going to set Hwasin back significantly. Hwasin now having to pull another SCV out and he's going to have to pull all of his SCVs out to defend here. Nada might go for a bunker here at the front door. We'll have to see. This is turning out to be quite an early, this could be ending very quickly here between these two players. Nada already killing off one SCV. He's got more Marines coming forward, and looks like he's going for a fast starport here. Nada going for a quick tech rush here. And Hwasin still probably doesn't even have his gas up yet, and he's losing SCVs at quite a fast rate. He's already lost 2 SCVs. He might get a surround on these Marines, though, and stop this rush, but I think Nada's already done a good amount of disruption here, and Nada will soon have his tanks going forward, I guess, or possibly vultures. It's going to be interesting to see what Nada decides to produce at the factory, because he has that machine shop up. He might decide to just build 1 tank, or maybe get some vultures with speed or mines. I mean, all routes are possible here, and it looks like nothing being upgraded at the machine shop. This would lend me to think that he's going to build a tank which will be able to range against the bunker that Hwasin's setting up in his front door. So Nada playing very, very well here so far. I think he is going to take an advantage in this game, and if he can get those early starport units out, I don't see what Hwasin can possibly do against him. I mean, Hwasin is far from getting an armory or an engineering bay or anything that can counter the air units that Nada will be soon streaming into his base. Of course, if Hwasin manages to survive, he will have a very large economic lead on Nada, but it's going to be hard to survive, I feel, against a good rush like this. Just to give you comparison, Flash managed to do a lot better against C in his early rush, and basically Nada now setting up a creeping bunker here, and Hwasin just so far unable to cope with this very well. It looks like he's going to be upgrading probably siege mode here for his tanks, but it's going to come too late here. Nada is just pushing forward with this one tank, and he will be able to snipe off that bunker quite easily here. And Nada now researching something at his machine shop. I believe the first Wraith has been sent out already. Looks like the first Wraith is out. So Hwasin facing a multi-area attack here, based on Nada's fast tech here. Nada's doing what reminds me of an old school boxer build here. This is definitely an old school one-base tech rush here, and I love it. I have to say, I love it. I like this a lot better than a lot of the macro intense games, which are just quite slow. Nada now bringing forward his barracks too to help with spotting, I think. Although I don't think he's going to have researched, actually it looks like he is researching siege tech probably here, and Nada might be able to go into the main also and just try to pick off some of the SCVs. Looks like the tank might be able to range against Nada's bunker. I was wrong, actually. Nada does have siege mode up right now, and he does have 2 tanks versus Hwasin's 1. That bunker does get taken down. Second tank coming up for Hwasin, but Nada has a Wraith there, and if he manages to pick off a couple of these Marines, he will be able to pick off these tanks also. Nada did not go for cloak mode, though. I didn't see a control tower up for him, but that's going to be alright. I feel that Nada is going to be able to push in quite soon. He's about to kill off this floating barracks here, or at least drive it backwards. It looks like he actually has range on the command center. I should have noticed that earlier. He definitely has range on that command center, though, and Hwasin's going to have to advance under fire here. He's going to find himself in a bit of trouble against this, though, and now he's forced to send out his SCVs to try to attack these tanks. Marines there are going to pick off these SCVs, though. But he was doing it actually to try to absorb some hits from his tanks as they were advancing. But looks like Hwasin's lost almost all of his Marines here, and the Wraith might be able to go in. Wow, he's lost all of his tanks here also. Second Wraith out for Nada, and Hwasin's in huge trouble here. If he loses his command center, he's going to basically be out of the game. And Hwasin actually has a Wraith of his own, I guess. None of us saw that coming, but he has a Wraith of his own, and he's going to use that to defend. Desperate fighting here. Absolutely desperate fighting. Nada's actually, according to the minimap, he looks like he's setting up his second command center. He's already got set up already. So Nada already equalizing the economics of this game, and I think Nada is definitely ahead here. Now he's stopped Hwasin from mining entirely, and Nada going for this old school tech strategy. I love this. This is Boxer-esque here. This is Nada-esque. I mean, of course, Nada is known for his cheese also, so I won't just call it Boxer-esque because this is Nada here. So Nada is going to take down his command center. I don't think there's... Wow, this command center getting repaired just in the nick of time, but looks like Nada unable to pick it off. But Nada has the air superiority here, and the ground superiority, and the economic superiority. I don't think Hwasin's going to come back. I think Nada's going to take the early win here. 2 starports going up for Nada here, so he's going to go mass rates now. Just amazing play here from Nada. Hwasin also building some rates. Nada has his academy up in case Hwasin has gone for cloak rates. He will be prepared for that. It looks like armory going up also for Nada, and Nada just has his game firmly in hand here. Really, he would have to make some tremendous blunders to lose this game, and I really like this early pressure here. And also, I feel bad for Hwasin a little bit because Hwasin did Flash when he was fighting at C went for a standard barracks into factory build off of one base, and hence he was able to push back the early Marine rush much more easily. Hwasin, on the other hand, went for the 14cc, and of course a fast forward barracks like that is just able to do a lot of damage to a fast command center build, and really I don't know if any player could have pushed it off very successfully based on Nada's early pressure and the fact that he was able to get a tank there also very quickly to deal with the bunker that was thrown up by Hwasin. Anyway, it looks like Nada also setting up a couple of turrets around the map also, just to detect for any incoming wraiths, I presume. And it looks like Nada also trying to get some vision here, trying to pick off these tanks, or pick off this command center that's being landed here, and there's absolutely nothing Hwasin can do here. Hwasin sending out more SCVs here, perhaps trying to repair, and this is not going to succeed for Hwasin. He's going to lose his tanks here. Hwasin now some aerial combat here going on above these tanks. Looks like Nada has air superiority here also, and Hwasin, there's nothing Hwasin can do here. He's going to lose everything at his expansion, and I feel like he is going to go down here. He's going to GG any second now. There is no way he can come back from this. He's lost his Air Force. He's lost his Ground Force. He's lost his expansion now, and Hwasin is just hoping for a miracle. There's no miracle that's going to come against the Tornado Terran here. Tornado Terran will take the first game in the best of 3, and this will put him firmly in the lead. I have great hopes, I have to say, for Nada this season. He's already advanced to the round of 16 in both the OSL and MSL, and in the OSL he might be advancing to a round of 8. I'm actually not sure if he is or not, if he's going to clinch that position or not. I think he has one more game to beat in order to clinch the position, and Nada now will take the first game in the MSL round of 16. We could be seeing another Nada championship if he continues to play so well. That's it. That's right. I'm saying it this early. Nada is just looking in absolutely resurgent form this season. I'm totally psyched about this. This is a great first game here of the MSL round of 16. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And please leave comments and suggestions. Thanks for watching. This is Cholera.